Rosa and the rest returned from the chapel to the parlor in the mansion. Such a horrific thing had happened so early in the morning. Of course they were high-strung. Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko, when they cry. Now, there is a decent bit to talk about, considering last part. Last part, a bunch of stuff happened. It ended up being a 2.5 hour video. 2.5 hours long, and it did not feel that long. For me, it felt like an hour. It did not feel that long. So, last part, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the little discussion between little battle between Beato and Battler. It was so much fun. This is why I read this visual novel. This is so much fun. I'm loving it. That's something I want to reassure you guys watching. If you're wondering whether I'm enjoying this or not, I would not have spent this much time and read up to this point if I wasn't enjoying myself. Don't worry, I'm loving this. I'm loving the visual novel, so no worries there. Has it entertained me? Absolutely. um. So, Roast and the rest return from the chapel to the Parliament mansion. Right. So, we need to talk about what happened last part because I got a lot of comments. But before we get to the comments that I should get into, guys, since last time, that's right, I gained a subscriber. We are on 89 subscribers right now. This is something to celebrate. We're one away from the big 90, from the big 90. Unbelievable. I'm still speechless. I can't believe it. We've gone from 88 to 89 subscribers. That's insane. Thank you so much. Whether you're someone who's not even if you're not subscribed, thank you anyway for watching and enjoying, or not. Maybe you're hating this. Me reading through Umineko. I'm gonna keep it going because I'm enjoying myself, and I'm glad to see that lots of other people may or may not be enjoying themselves. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it going because this is fun. So yeah, appreciation there done. See that? I'm quick with it now. I'm gonna be quick with things now. Let's get quick through the topics because I want to talk about what happened last time. So last time we okay. Let's start with the red truth thing. Okay. Now and let's talk about how meta this visual novel is. Since the start of this visual novel, it has been so meta. It has broken the fourth wall so many times. It feels like when I read this visual novel, it feels like the Golden Witch isn't just challenging Battler and everyone in the mansion. It's challenging me directly. It's like the author wrote this as a challenge to the reader. It's like it's telling the reader, hey, try it. Join the battle. You know what I mean? You know? So that's another reason why I've decided to actually try to solve the riddle. And I've actually decided to try and be more active in the actual story as if I'm an actual player. Because the visual novel keeps prying on me. Yo, come on, come over here, try solve the riddle, you idiot. And we see this through the many fourth wall breaks, like Burncast in the Tea Party, and now most recently with the Red Truth, right? The Red Truth, obviously, when Bat was talking to Beato, he doesn't read the text. We're the ones reading the text. So the Red Truth is just a literary element meant for us, the readers, to read and gain from, realistically. Even though Battler used it to win. But Battler is supposed to be us, which works really well because I actually relate to Battler a lot. I've said this a million times now, I don't need to say it anymore. But I relate to Battler a lot, not just because we're similar in age, but also our circumstances, other than the fact that I'm rich as hell. Like I'm not rich as hell like he is. He's born from a rich family. But other than that, we are very alike in many ways, I feel like. So me actually being the reader, being a player, but also being battler in a way, actually works really well for me. So this is the first kind of story that I've witnessed like this, where it's actively challenging me to actually join in the party, join in the battle. Like I'm part of it. Like if I don't solve the riddle, or if not just the riddle, but if I don't participate, I'm losing. Which is why I now understand why so many of you guys told me, "Yo, you should try to, you should actively try to, or at least the experience will be better if you try to actively engage with the story as if you're an actual player, as if I'm actually in the visual novel," because that's what the visual novel's been telling me to do this entire time, and because it's the first time I've experienced a story like this. It's so fascinating. I'm not saying Umineko is the first visual novel, not visual novel, but the first story to do this. I'm just saying it's the first story that I've witnessed it, that I've actually gone into that does this. Typically, stories will try to make you relate to the characters, and in that way have you care for what's going on. But this is different. This isn't just making you care for Battler and Rosa and Maria and the rest and George and stuff. This is you're in it. A loss for them is a loss for you. You know what I mean? And you can see it with the difficulty level and everything. There's so much. There's so many hints at me actually being in there, in a way, in a weird sort of fourth wall break way, that I'm participating in this. So, and yeah, the red text of truth, whatever it's called, I don't know what the actual term is. I'm gonna just call it red truth, I guess. Um, and that's, I think, the perfect example of what I'm trying to say. That the visual novel is trying to have me uh, actively go through the visual novel, and it's fascinating. Typically, you just get, you know, you relate to the main character and experience the story through the main character's eyes, or maybe through different lenses or stuff. But this is different, where I'm actually in it, and that's really weird. I'm not used to it. So that's something I wanted to mention. And that's the red truth thing. And the one other thing I have to address is on a comment I got, which actually made me really happy, because well, it's because of it's because of the language. Well, okay. I think I should just start by explaining what the comment was. So the comment was, um, it was a comment telling me that um, I should be able to figure out what MBTQ means. You know, last part when when George and Rose and the rest were outside the chapel, they looked on top of the door, and the door had a sign on it that said, or some gold scribbles on it, whatever, and it said that uh, this door will only open during miracles, and the probability of the door opening is extremely low, and that it's classic Kinzo, because Kinzo's always been this magician that, or yeah, that believes in low miracles that have a low possible low chances of happening. Basically, that's Kinzo. Um, and then George, as he was reading the lines, of course, Maria read the lines out and deciphered them for us. She told us, um, Maria told us that, yeah, basically that the door, that the text says that the door, this is very low chance of the door opening. It only opens through miracles, something along those lines. But then George said, was reading in English, because the sign is in English, and Maria knows how to read English. Fantastic job from Maria, by the way. 9-year-old and already is really good at English. Can read texts and stuff. But George was struggling because he was reading the numbers, and as he was reading the sign, he said, "Let me remember English." And then he went, MBTQ, something along those lines, right? And I didn't get it. Dumb old me, of course, just immediately. I rewatched my. I'm such an idiot, man, because I rewatched that me reading that, and I immediately went, well, if you change the M with LG, you get LGBTQ. Haha, I'm funny. Definitely not. I don't know how I connected that, but then I was thinking about it for a while, and I didn't realize what MBTQ meant. I made a joke about LGBTQ, but obviously that's not what it's referring to. So I just left it and then kept reading. But I got a comment on it saying that this is actually in English. This is actually supposed to be translated in English. So if you don't understand it in your native language, then you're probably not going to be able to solve the riddle. I think I got a comment along those lines. Um, and it made me really happy reading that comment. But before I get to the reason why it made me really happy reading that comment, it's also the comment is also completely correct. The Japanese clues that have been given, or the clues I have to relate to the Japanese language, are going to be really tough for me because, of course, I'm not fluent in Japanese at all. I barely know any Japanese at all. I don't know any Japanese texts or puns or anything like that, really. So I'm definitely going to struggle in that regard if there's any Japanese puns or connections I have to make regarding different periods. I mean, multiple times in the visual novel, different periods have been mentioned. Like the Showa period has been mentioned, and maybe the Sengoku period will be mentioned. Stuff like that. Cross was talking about periods regarding business. If there's clue regarding those, definitely going to be struggling regarding some mysteries in this visual novel. I just want to point that out right now. Anyway, so yeah, that comment is absolutely correct. I will struggle with the mystery aspect. I will say this again. I've said this before, but I'll say this again. I doubt I'll actually be able to solve the mysteries in this visual novel. I doubt the riddle of the epitaph. I don't trust myself to solve it at all. So yeah, I hope you guys don't put too high expectations on me to be able to solve it because I don't think I will. But again, I'll try because that's what the visual novel wants me to do. You know what I mean? For the best experience, I should try. So I might as well try. But the reason why that comment made me so happy is because they said that English was my native language, and that made me so happy reading that because do I really sound that good? Like when I listen to myself, I just think, man, I sound like a potato. I actually sound like a potato. There's no way someone can listen to me and think, oh yeah, English is my native language. But that comment thought mistakenly, but that's fine. It's fine. I mean, that comment accidentally complimented me. I don't think they meant to compliment me with that, but I'll at least take it as an accidental compliment because it implied that English was my native language. So when I didn't get the what George was saying, the MBTQ, and them saying, oh, you're supposed to solve, at least try to solve the mysteries in the English language, you know, that made me happy because English is not my native language. I'll tell you guys right now, it's not. It's Norwegian, so them saying, "Oh, English is my native language," that made me really happy because that means when I talk right now, when I'm doing these videos, I, I'm my talking. See, this is exactly why I don't understand why some people think why that person thought that English is my native language because I literally cannot form sentences. Um, uh, my how do I put it? I don't know how to put it. So I'll just say this. I'm not a native English speaker. I've just learned it throughout my life because English is a very, very widespread language here. I mean, you'll barely find anyone out here. I've mentioned this before, but you'll barely find anyone out here who doesn't know how to speak English or read English or whatever. So yeah, and I don't know, I've read a bunch of English texts I guess, throughout my life, uh, from books to articles to anime, right? Anime subtitles, yeah, heck yeah. Um, and just listen to a bunch of different English podcasts throughout my life, and that sort of stuff. I got used to the English language, and that's how I got better at it. So to hear or to see someone saying mistakenly think that English is my native language makes me really happy because let's go. That means improvement, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Um, but I'm definitely not better at speaking English than my native language. I don't. I wouldn't say so, because I was born here. So I've actually heard some people tell me uh, that they actually prefer speaking English than Norwegian, and they're actually Norwegian. I find that interesting. Is English so widespread in our everyday lives that some people actually have an easier time speaking English than Norwegian? I find that interesting. But yeah. Um, but anyway, that commenter, thank you for accidentally complimenting me because I'll take it. I'm not a native English speaker, but I'm not gonna use that. By the way, I just want to say this right now. I am definitely not gonna use that as an excuse for why I don't solve the mysteries because me not being able to solve the mysteries has nothing to do with me being bad at English. I know that for a fact right now. It'll be just because I'm a dumb idiot. So yeah. Okay, now I think I've gone through everything I wanted to say before we start. I guess I can mention this real quick too. Um, there was another comment that told me that I could try to write down different stuff, like the red text of truth. I could write it down whenever it comes up. Now, because it isn't actually recorded or saved in the visual novel in the tips section or something like that, so I actually have to memorize it, which is what I'll think I'll do for now, because it hasn't gone super convoluted, super confusing with it. So I think I'll just go along and try to memorize everything she says in red text. Now that I know that everything is said in red is the truth. All right, I think with that, I think we're ready to go, right? I think. Oh yeah, I completely forgot the most important part. I forgot the most important part. Right, right. So I talked about all of that stuff, and in the end, I didn't even talk about the most important part. So last part. I'm gonna go through quick with this because I've been talking for a while now. Okay, what does MBTQ mean? I forgot. I completely forgot to talk about this. I think I it's not. I want to. I don't think using the word solve is the right term here. I've solved what MBTQ means because there's nothing to solve there. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just what does MBTQ mean? It's not like a riddle. There's no trick to it. That's why I wouldn't say I solved it, but I now understand what George was saying, but it took me a while to think about. And I think part of that might actually be because English is not my native language, so I don't have that rule. So obviously, you guys may already know what George meant with that. But it's actually not. Looking back, it's actually not that important that I know what George meant by that because Muddy explained it really well afterwards. But okay, MBTQ. There's only one. Considering the context, there's only one real explanation for what it meant, right? Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. You know what I mean? That's probably MBTQ is probably just a memorizer thing that George learned in school or something for remembering how the thousand we call them exponents in Norwegian. This is exactly why English is not my native language. English is not my native language. This is exactly because in Norwegian we say tier exponenter. Ah, okay. You know how from million to billion you have to multiply 1,000, and from billion to trillion you have to multiply 1,000, and from trillion to quadrillion you have to multiply by 1,000. And 1,000 is the same thing as 10 to the power of 3. So you have, and that 3 is the exponent of 10, right? So you have that third exponent. I don't know what, there's a term for it in English, I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is because I didn't study math in English. Obviously, I studied in Norwegian, so that's how I know to explain it. Don't worry, I won't get into the engineering bit of it too much. There's no engineering regarding this. But basically, MBTQ, million, 10 to the power of 3, billion, 10 to the power of 3, trillion, 10 to the power of 3, quadrillion. And while we're at it, I think I might give you guys a fun fact here. In Norwegian, and I think in a lot of other European countries as well. If you guys watching this aren't European, I can give a little fun fact. I'm not sure if it's how many European countries have this, but in Norwegian, a million is a million, right? We pronounce it million, but it's still million. It's the same thing. Then billion, which is the same thing as 10 to the power of 9, right? Million is 10 to the power of 6. Billion is 10 to the power of 9. In English, you say billion. In Norwegian, we don't say billion, we say milliard. So you have million and then milliard, which is milliard, I guess, if you pronounce it in English. I don't really know how you pronounce it in English because it's not an English word. Milliard. So it's million, milliard, which is 10 to the power of 9. And then English goes from billion to trillion, right? Trillion is 10 to the power of 12 then, technically. So 10 to the power of 12. In Norwegian, you go, instead of trillion, we say billion. so, so you rest assured, guys, that has caused plenty of confusion. Yeah, just think about the confusion that causes. Because in English, billion is 10 to the power of 9. But in Norwegian, billion is 10 to the power of 12. Yeah, but then, after billion, in Norwegian, we say billiard. Like, billiards, but except just billiard. In English, of course, you go quadrillion, which is 10 to the power 15. 10 to the power 15. We're getting to insanely high numbers, by the way. Quadrillion, insanely high numbers. Um, but the point is, who knows? That may have been English not be my native language, as I've just explained regarding these big numbers. That could be part of the reason why I didn't get what George said about MBTQ. Another reason could be because I immediately linked it to LGBTQ for some reason. uh, and in general, we don't have that rule, I guess. How do I put it? You know how sometimes you have different things you use to remember stuff? Like the alphabet, there's songs to remember the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. Um, so I guess MBTQ might be George or a Japanese thing, maybe, to remember the English terms for million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. So George, as he was reading, the extremely low probabilities of the miracles happening. He went MBTQ. What does it say right there? Quintillion. MBTQ quadrillion. Quintillion. You know what I mean? Okay, 10 to the power of 18. Something along those lines. And yeah, which makes sense because you go. But yeah, I don't. We don't really have those kind of, I guess, memory thing regarding numbers. I don't know. I just remember that million is million, milliard is billion, and then billion is quadrillion technically. Uh, I don't know. I've just memorized it without using music and stuff. Yeah. But okay, we can get into this now. We can get into the visual novel now. I've rambled for I believe half an hour or something. I don't know. I ramble a lot, but there was a lot I had to say there. So I think I've quote unquote solved it. I don't think solve is the correct word to use. I think it's more I've I've read what was obviously supposed well obviously but George obviously meant to say, except I don't know. I didn't realize it last part because I don't know. My head just didn't clock it. I had to rewatch the scene and think about it again before I got it. That's just how he goes. It also, I do want to say, it does also help to rewatch scenes with amplified context when it comes to understanding what's going on. I feel like if you've already seen what's going to happen and already know everything, it's a lot easier to know. Oh yeah, that's what they meant compared to me who's just reading it for the first time and thinking, huh, what are they saying? Maybe there's a good chance I'm also just an idiot. So, but okay, I've actually talked for long enough. We need to get to this visual novel. So, Rose and the rest returned from the chapel to the Parliament mansion. Such a horrific thing had happened so early in the morning. Of course, they were high strung. All right, let's get into this. I've talked for so long. Battler and George, who had cried, raged, and let their emotions explode after seeing their parents' tragic bodies, returned to their parlors, sat on the sofas, and let their minds go blank as though everything up until then had been a lie. If you wanna get out alive, whoa, run for your life. Only Maria was completely unchanged and looked just like normal. Look at her face. Smug, I guess. When she wasn't being mischievous, she was basically a kid who played wordlessly by herself. So even if her mind was blank, she would probably look as she did. Interesting. But as she turned on the TV and flipped through the channels, it looked as though nothing about her had changed from normal. Just like in episode 1. Classic Maria behavior. I don't know why I said Maria there. It's Maria. That's how they pronounce it in Japanese, so I'll just stick with that for now. Although technically the English pronunciation is Maria, right? Maria. So I don't know why I'm saying Maria for Maria, but George for George, even though in Japanese they say Georgie. I'm weird like that. Listen, I'm weird like that. Let's just. I should pronounce her name as Maria, but I'm too used to saying Maria by this point that I might as well just keep it going with that. Beato's still awesome though. Last part, by the way, complete confirmation from Beato herself that I'm allowed to call her Beato. So let's go. I'm gonna stick with that till the end of the visual novel. Beato. I love it. I love that name. Okay. Perhaps Rosa had some opinions about this attitude, which was clearly different from normal people. She stared at Maria's back with a gaze that wasn't quite pleasant. Hey, Kumasawa, we haven't seen her in a while. This is, I think, her first appearance since waking up, right? Since this morning. Eventually, Kumasawa came to say good morning. Oh, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know what's happening at all. She's completely clueless. She's the only one that's clueless, really. I can't think of anyone else that is completely clueless. Yeah, she's out of the loop. Her cheerful manner was clearly out of place, and she couldn't help but be bewildered at the strange atmosphere in the room. Then she heard the details from Gora and expressed her shock in a truly noisy manner. Here we go. We're about to hear Kumasawa scream. Couldn't. We're cut off from the outside world. What should we do in a time like this? Die or solve the riddle. That's the conclusion I've come to. After everything that's happened so far, the conclusion I've come to is during a time like this, we solve the riddle.
落ち着いて聞いてください。どうも昨夜の落雷で何かの機械がやられたようなのです。それで電話が使えなくなっておりまして。
You have become unable to use the telephones because of some lightning. Oh.
じゃあ台風が過ぎるまで警察にも連絡できないんですか?
Correct. Until the typhoon passes, we can't do anything really. The boat is coming next morning, so let's wait till next morning, and we all die. Maybe Kumasawa's exaggerated surprise was a little comical. Rosa giggled in spite of the situation. It wasn't an exaggerated shocked, really. I mean, this is the first time she hears of these murders. You guys have seen them since morning. You guys have, you guys have become a little more adjusted. So, for her, this is her first reaction for all this. I don't know why you're calling it exaggerated. Because of that, the fog of confusion that had covered her head cleared up a little. I love this. It's not just Maria. I'm acting as a parent for George and Battler too now. So stay strong. Yeah! Let's go, Rosa! Let's go, Rosa. I'm so happy to see this. I'm so happy to see this. Yes! Rosa taking that Natsuhi roll. Natsuhi roll. And Rosa's gonna do it better. Can't wait. Can't wait. Rosa, go take the gun. Where's the gun that Nazi had during episode 1? Go take it. Let's go. Take the charge. Rosa, you're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You got this. Although, not gonna lie, by the end of episode 1, I really got attached to Nazi. But yeah, Rosa all the way though. Rosa all the way. Yes. You gotta act like a battle for me and George too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of weird. Okay, I'm kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of weird. But let's just keep moving. I love Rosa. Rosa had been the youngest sibling with a large difference in age between her and the others. Yup, I feel that. I know what that's like, Rosa. Listen, I relate to Battler, but I also relate to Rosa because I know exactly what that's like, man. I'm the youngest sibling with a large difference in age. You know what I mean? Rosa, I get you. We're always looked down upon because we're the youngest, and then look at this. Now, all of a sudden, you're given the biggest responsibility. You have to act as a mother for 3 children. What the hell? Jessica's dead. Actually, why didn't she mention Jessica? Or have they noticed Jessica's death? Because she said that I have to act as a parent for George and Battler too. But what about Jessica? Does she already know that Jessica's dead? Or did she just not mention Jessica because she doesn't respect her as much? Ooh. Ooh. I'm probably looking too deep into it, but ooh. So she was always treated as a child. Ah, I know how that. Rosa, I'm with you. I know what that feels like. I know exactly how that feels like. It's so annoying. It's so. Youngest sibling, okay? Large age difference, bro. You'll be. I swear, I'll be 50 years old and I'll still be treated like a child. Huh? You're the youngest sibling. Trash. You can't do anything. I treat it. God damn it! It's annoying. It's and honestly sometimes it's annoying. It does get me. Because even my parents sometimes just like oh yeah the youngest kid. Well, he's I remember like he's an adult now. No way. That little kid, the youngest one. Trash. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, it's not that bad, but you get what I mean. That feeling, I know exactly, Rosa. I know exactly the feeling. I feel you. I'm with you, Rosa. That's a big part of the reason why I love Rosa so much. I'm with you. Every time she learns something new, it was something obvious to her brothers and sisters. Oh my, it's facts! Oh, that's facts! That's so true! And she had grown a complex thinking that she must be incompetent. Oh my god. Oh, I have, yo, you, it's, this is my life story. This is actually my life story right here. Rosa and Batter combined are actually my life story. I can't cap. This is why they're my 2 favorite characters. This is actually because I relate to those two the most. Oh, this hit deep, man. This hit deep. I hate this. I hate how this hit me, man. This hit me. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna cry just reading this, man. Oh, every time she was something was up to her brothers and sister. That's so true. That is so true. It's like, oh my god, you can do this and that, and your older siblings will go, oh, duh, yeah, of course. Shut up, kid. You're an idiot. Get out. Oh, I hated it. I hated it. Yo, wait. I remember. Dude. Whenever there was any activities going on, okay, can I play football with y'all? You know, ask to play football. Then I'm like, nah, you're too young. You're too young. Get out. Nah, you just watch us play. Watch us have fun. You're too young. Yeah, nah, get out. Every time. It's freaking so. And when I did get to play or something, it was always so condescending. Like, it's like don't worry. Yeah. I'll teach you how to play. Don't worry, he's trash. Or they'll give each other handicaps and let me have the lead just because I'm the young. I hated that. God damn, I hated that. It's being the yo. I've heard, all the time I hear and see, that okay, the elder siblings has so many responsibilities, right? Because they have to take care of the younger siblings as well, and the parents are obviously always looking towards the older sibling. And I get that. I sympathize with the elder siblings, specifically elder siblings. Okay, the siblings in the middle, get out. But the elder siblings, I sympathize. I get it. Okay, but we need to talk about youngest sibling matters. You know what I mean? The youngest sibling. Hey, what is that? Like we're always treated like the child. Doesn't matter. I mean, at the same time, there is also the aspect that you know parents will obviously focus on the eldest sibling to be the best, to do the best, and the youngest sibling comes around. It's like, well, we've already had multiple siblings. You can just, I don't know, whatever you grow up to be doesn't matter as long as the oldest sibling grows up to be a giga chad, super genius that gets a lot of money. You can be a plumber if you want. Even though, ironically enough, I'm studying to be an engineer, but you get the point. Um, yeah, it was something obvious to her brothers and sister. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. And she had grown a complex. I guess she had grown complex. I don't know what a complex means, but she had grown complex, thinking she must be incompetent. That's so true. It's so true. Cause you think every time you have to do something, it's like, oh, well, can I do this? Or everyone else knows how to do this. I'm the only one that doesn't know how to do it. I think maybe. Am I supposed to know how to do this? Man. Oh, I remember, dude. When I had to learn how to do different housework and stuff. I remember being a young teenager and learning how to do kitchen work and different laundry and cleaning the house and stuff. I remember being taught all that, and the older siblings, of course, several years older than me, right? They were 17, 18 years old, whatever, 19 years old, whatever. And I was there 12, 13, learning all this stuff for the first time. I'm just thinking that I'm incompetent because I was barely able to just hoover the home, wash up and stuff, and just and them laughing at me. There was been a point, I remember, like them laughing at me, man. That's the worst. I'm not incompetent. I mean, by now, yeah, of course, I know how to do all that stuff. But back then, it was such an insult. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it, man. Oh, if I ever have children myself, I'll make. Nah, okay, nah. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not gonna play favorites, guys. Of course not. But I'm just gonna make sure it's fair among the children, okay? Because listen, neither of my parents are the youngest, so neither of my parents knew what it was like. Neither of them are actually the oldest either. They're both my parents are middle siblings, so they don't know what it's like to have the responsibility of the eldest child or uh, what it's like to be the youngest either. Okay, I'm gonna sympathize with the oldest, and I already know what it feels like to be the youngest, and I I'm not letting the same thing happen to my children. No way, man. Or at least not to the same extent, okay? Because that aggravated me to no end. And then you start feeling like you're incompetent too. Oh, Rosa. Basically, I love Rosa and I relate to her so much. I relate to this so much. Let's continue. And now she's been given all the responsibility. So it's basically now she's both the youngest sibling and the eldest sibling because now she has to act as a mother for 3 children plus dead Jessica. So, god damn it. So she had formed a passive attitude. Oh, yeah. Asking her brothers and sisters for yes, for advice every time something happened. Oh, nah, I wouldn't do that though. Co- I'm a bit different than also in this because she would ask her brothers and sisters for advice every time something happened. I I won't do that out of spite, man. Because then it'll make you feel you more like I'm trash. God damn it. God damn it. And it's just asking for advice and then they go, you can't even do that. You can't even do that. Oh, you suck. You suck. Can't even do that. God damn it. I hate it. I hate it. I would always rather ask my parents for advice rather than my older siblings. I understand Rosa's situation because, well, her mother died early and Kinzo's Kinzo. But I would 100% all day of the week rather ask my parents for advice than just older siblings, because they're just gonna laugh at me because I don't know how to do something. Every time, every time. But she no longer had any. I'm, that's. I'm sorry. I'm so messed up for laughing. I'm sorry. It just came out of nowhere. But she no longer had any brothers and sisters. Oh my god. Oh, that came out of nowhere. Uh, of course, I'm not gonna laugh at someone for just losing their siblings like that. It just, after all that talk I had, and just popped out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. But I guess it makes sense that she immediately requested advice from Kinzo, her dad, because she didn't have any brothers or sisters. Who else does she get advice from? Kinzo, her dad, of course. I mean, if anyone's gonna give you advice, it's your dad, right? They know what they're on about. Hopefully, he knows. I don't know why I said they. You get the point. Your dad can be a they, them. Yeah. A parent can have they, them pronouns. Whatever. Now, Rosa is the only one of the 4 Ushiromi siblings left. Yeah. Furthermore, if Kinzo continued to shut himself away even in this extraordinary situation, Rosa would have to surpass this crisis as the representative of the head. Yeah. Hmm.
私はもう子供じゃない。
You're
子
not.
供じゃない。
You're not, Rosa. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, Rosa. I love you. I'm here for you. I mean, I don't love you romantically, but I love you as a person, as a character, because I feel for you. Yeah, okay. Rosa slapped her knees lightly and stood up. Heck yeah, come on. Mothering time. Not like Big Mom. Don't do mothering mode. That's a bad plot device. But definitely take up a shotgun. Go find a shotgun. Like the one Natsuye had. She must not wait for orders now. It's her time to order. Hell yeah. She had to start moving herself. She's now an active chess piece. She picked up the receiver to the extension phone on the side table. Then she immediately remembered that the telephones were out of order. Yeah, what are you doing? I was gonna say, what is she doing? Why is she picking up the phone? Genji and Shannon, who she had sent to see Kinzo, hadn't returned yet. I wonder why. They're having lots of fun writing his will down. Genji just giving him drinks. She had a general guess. He was probably yelling about something nonsensical again, and they were unable to calm him. Actually, a pretty terrible guess. His important chapel had been defiled with blood. That was easy to imagine. I mean, Kinzo probably expected that much, right? He probably built the chapel expecting for it to be defiled with blood at some point like this. Ugh, crazy guy. She had planned on using the extension phone to call the study, but with the telephone line dead, there was nothing else for it. Rosa decided to go to the study directly with her own 2 feet. Yikes, have someone else follow you. I don't want Rosa to end up dead already. Come on. Nah. Give her more screen time. Don't have Rosa be one of the latter people to die, please. Her old self would have been so frightened that she wouldn't have been able to get to go see Kinzo. But now she's ready. She's got to. And in fact, if she did meet him, she would probably be blamed for something and abused. Aw, man. But now wasn't the time to be frightened. As his true daughter... Oh, right. I was gonna say, why true daughter? Right, Beato. Right, mistress and that. I get it. She had to make him aware of the current situation. I'm your true daughter. I'm not your mistress daughter. Unless... Ooh. Rosa. Ooh, is there something we're not aware of, Rosa?
Kumasawa-san, 私はお父様のところへ行ってきます。
Have her follow you then. Or have someone go with you. You should probably not be going alone after murders just happened.
特にジョージ君とバタラ君の2人をお願いします。きっとだいぶ神経が参ってると思うの。
I'm sure they're on edge right now. All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge.
ええ、それはそうでございましょうとも。 本当にお気の毒なことです。何か温かい飲み物でも作ってあげることにいたします。
Let's go, tea. I shall make them something warm to drink. Give us some tea. Some Berto tea. Earl Grey, like George mentioned in episode 1.
ありがとう。
Thank you. Rosa went out into the hallway and headed towards Kinzo's study. The atmosphere in this mansion, which she had spent her younger days in and should have been full of memories, seemed somehow different. And she began to climb the stairs in the entrance hall. Just then, in the gloom down the stairs behind Rosa, something glowed. Oh god, not the butterflies coming after her. No, not already. Come on, have Rosa live longer. Come on. Don't take her away from me now. Come on, Beato. Please. Ugh. To be fair, I do kind of deserve it after destroying her last time, but come on, Beato. Have her go. Please. This is why Rosa should have taken someone to go with her. Maybe then they might have survived together against the glowing butterflies. Probably not. Alright. Hello, butterfly. It was a single fluttering gold butterfly. It fluttered around and sparkled. That butterfly quietly danced without a sound. Obviously, no one can hear the sound of a butterfly's wings beating. And then, it stopped on Rosa's back as she slowly climbed the stairs. It stopped on Rosa's back. The hell do you want with Rosa, Belto? Go away. Leave her be. Come on. Rosa didn't notice. I don't think I'd notice if a small tiny butterfly landed on my back either. No, I don't think I would. Well, if it's a gold butterfly and there's gold everywhere and it's fluttering and stuff, maybe I'd notice. And to an ignorant observer, it would probably have looked just as though a single sheet of gold leaf in the shape of a butterfly had gotten stuck there. Right. Without noticing, Rosa continued heading to Kinzo's study. Maybe the butterfly's trying to get into Kinzo's study and it's using Rosa to do it. But then I wonder why it wouldn't just use Shannon and Genji. Maybe because Beato was too busy taking care of Jessica and Kanon. Too busy. Now she can. She can use Rosa. Oh, come on.
さて次はどう遊ばせてもらおうか。まだまだ駒はいくらでもある。
There are many pieces left. How shall I entertain myself? Okay, where are we going now? The study? Going somewhere. In the parlor, which had returned to silence, the only sound was that of the TV, which Maria was watching alone. If there was anything audible other than that, it was the sound of the rain which had continued on and on since last night. Every one of those people who had viewed that unearthly and horrible scene stayed silent, as though praying that the events of this morning were all a dream. It was only just a dream. If I go back, I realize it was only just a dream. Freaking Nelly dropped so many bangers before then, and then he dropped that out of nowhere, which doesn't sound like a Nelly song at all. And then it banged. I mean, when he dropped that, like 2010, that banged. I remember listening to it all the time back then. But Nelly in general is great. Okay, anyway, only Kurosawa hadn't seen it, and so acted slightly differently. Hadn't seen what? Oh, right, the murders, right. She instead found the sounds difficult to bear, and was fidgety with the desire to cheer everyone up. However, unable to say more than she should, it seemed that she was racking her brains as to how she could be of some use. Make some tea, like you said you were gonna make. Didn't she say she was gonna prepare some tea for the rest? Or did that not work? Normally it would be time for breakfast. However, maybe because something like that had happened, Gora seemed to have forgotten about preparing a meal. Where is Gora? Is he also in the parlor still? No. Maybe everyone was so beaten up that they had forgotten their hunger. Kumasawa wanted to bring up the subject of what they would do for breakfast, but it didn't seem like the right atmosphere, so she really couldn't. Kumasawa honestly either leave the parlor or just stay silent. I don't know. Nobody seems to want to talk, I guess. But it was difficult being hungry. You can make food for yourself. Surely servant lives matter. They'll allow you to make food for yourself. Go make a sandwich or something. So she casually made a proposal.
皆さんもいろいろあってお疲れでしょ。こういう時は温かい紅茶で体を温めるのが一番ですよ。
See, yeah, you said you were gonna make tea earlier, so why are you proposing it again? Didn't you propose it earlier as well? Was that Rosa? I think the best thing is to heat yourself some warm black tea. Alright, as long as you make black tea, that's great.
それはいい提案ですな。
Actually, she didn't say that she was gonna make tea. She did say that she was just gonna make something warm, right? That is a good plan.
私も賛成です。
I agree as well. So Nanjo's in the parlor as well. Nanjo and Gora are both in the parlor.
おいしい紅茶にジャムを塗ったビスケットなどいかがですか。
Black tea with biscuits sounds delicious, but I hate jam. I don't like eating jam. I don't like jam.
そうそう、ハロウィンの時期が近いみたいで、かぼちゃ型の美味しそうなクッキーが棚にありました。
I'll take pumpkin-shaped cookies. There's some delicious-looking pumpkin-shaped cookies on the shelf. It's near Halloween.
あ、熊沢さん、それは。
Yeah, that's in bad taste. Oh yeah, I've Nanjo realized. I didn't think about it. Kumasawa didn't see the murders, so Kumasawa, no. No pumpkin-shaped cookies. Yeah, okay, wow, great. Of course, she said the wrong thing. Well, you can't fault her, to be fair. Because she had reminded Battler and the rest about that horrible, tragic Halloween party in the chapel. Nanjo hurriedly whispered into Kumasawa's ear.
Battler さん、本当にすみません。
Ugh.
悪気はなかったんですよ。
I didn't mean anything bad, gracious, no? Well...
いや、気にしてねえぜ。この煮えくり返るような怒りは絶対犯人にお返ししてやるぜ。
Battle loves doing that. He loves turning anger back to the culprit. Every time, every episode, he does this.
その犯人はまだこの島にいるのかな。
Is the culprit still on the island?
いるだろうな。
Probably.
何しろ台風が過ぎるまで船は来ないんだ。
Well, your enemy is also a witch, so it's not gonna be both coming until the typhoon passes. I don't think it's gonna matter for a witch.
そうですとも。船はちょっとの風でも欠航しますからね。ましてや台風では絶対に船になんか乗れませんよ。
They wouldn't be able to ride the boat during a typhoon? Okay.
気持ち悪いな。
It creeps me out.
兄貴もそう思うのか。俺もだぜ。犯人が例の謎の来客かどうかは捨ておいてもだ。
Regardless of whether the culprit was the mystery guest or not. Maria?
そうですな。
Stupefaction. That's right.
私たちはついついベアトリーチェを名乗る謎の来客を怪しがってしまいますが、まだ犯人と決まったわけではありません。彼女がまだ死体の出ていない犠牲者である可能性も残っている。
Now I'm just theorizing that maybe she's the victim whose corpse still hasn't been found. Nanjo, are you sure that you're not like some classic mystery novels like Beato said herself? That you're the doctor that's working with the culprit? Come on, Nanjo. Are you in a classic mystery novel?
それを考えるとどうしても理解できないことがあるんだ。
When you think of it that way, there's something I just can't understand.
それはどういうことでしょうか。
What do you mean by that?
簡単さ。
So Gora is in here still. Okay. It's simple.
さっき熊沢のばあちゃんの言った通りだよ。この島は今台風の真っ只中で脱出不能だ。それは犯人だって同じさ。
Right. I think I get where they're going with this. So, in the midst of the typhoon, escape is impossible. Even the culprit can't escape. So, why the hell would the culprit kill off the most suspicious person if the culprit wasn't Beato herself?
なら犯人にとって犯行発覚は可能なら最も避けたいことのはずだ。
Having the crime come to light should have been the thing that the culprit most wanted to avoid. Yeah, but they clearly made it obvious that a murder happened.
そうですね。
They were not trying to hide it.
礼拝堂の入り口にあんな不気味な魔法陣を書いて、ここに死体がありますなどとアピールする必要はありませんね。
Correct. There was no need to do any of that. There was no need to stuff them with candy or spread candy everywhere.
そうさ、そういうことなんだ。さらに言えば、あの6人にあんなむごたらしいことをするだけの手間をかけられたなら、6人の死体を発見不能な場所に隠すことだって可能だったはず。
It should have been possible to hide them where they would be impossible to find. So why didn't they hide the corpses?
同感だね。あの残酷なハロウィンパーティーは多分死んだ人たちに向けられたものじゃない。やがて発見する僕たちへ向けたものなんだよ。魔法陣はそのためのアピールだと言い切れるだろうね。
You could probably claim that the magic circle was there to show it to us. Or maybe it was just a way to enter the door through magical means. Although you could argue why didn't they remove it after using it.
犯人はこの島からしばらく逃げられないことを知っている。にもかかわらず、台風の真っ最中に死体を見つけさせたいような真似をした。
They acted as though they wanted to make us find the corpses in the middle of this typhoon.
こりゃどういうことなんだ。俺が犯人だったなら死体を見つけさせるような真似は絶対にしないんだが。
If I was the culprit, I wouldn't play around and make us find the corpses.
ベアトリーチェ様はお部屋におられませんでした。
Yeah, and did you go check up on Kanon and Jessica? Of course you won't, because you think that they're taking care of each other right now. But yeah, they're really dead right now.
特に部屋が荒らされていた様子もありませんし。ああ、いえ、お嬢様がだいぶ荒らしてしまいましたが。
The room wasn't that disturbed. Oh, wait, my lady, Jessie really did a number on it.
そういや、ジェシカは
Wow, okay. Now they're gonna start talking about Jessica. Took them some time. What happened to Jessica? Got to think of it. Where's she at?
カノンさんが様子を見てくれています。
Is he really?
多分、お嬢様のお部屋におられるでしょう。
Yeah, they're probably in my lady's room. Yeah, both of them are in there, intact, just chilling. Man, we should pay them a visit. Or maybe you think that they're having a cozy time together, so let them finish it out and then they'll come to us eventually. Oh, or not.
よくないね。
That isn't good. George noticed. George noticed.
犯人は間違いなくまだこの島にいる。今の状況下で少人数で孤立することはそれほどいいことだとは思わない。
George is saying it's not a good idea to isolate ourselves in small numbers in this situation. So Jessica and Kanon, woo.
それはどういう意味ですか？
He means they're dead.
まさか犯人は私たち全員を殺すつもりだとおっしゃるんですか？
I mean, they might as well. They killed 6 of us. Might as well take care of the rest too.
落ち着きましょう。
The culprit plans to kill all of us, she said. Let us remain calm.
まだそうと決まったわけではありません。
That is not yet certain.
ところが悔しいことに、その可能性も否定できねえんだよな。
No, we can't deny the possibility. You're right about that, Battler.
この手紙が礼拝堂にあった。
This letter was in the chapel.
これによるならば、犯人は魔女様で、じい様の碑文の謎を解いて黄金を見つけなきゃ、一族老頭皆殺しにする。
If you don't
みたい
solve...
なことを言っている。
Okay. Yeah, if you don't solve the riddle to the epitaph and find the gold, all of us will die.
それは本当ですか？私にも読ませていただいてよろしいですか？
Would you allow me to read it as well? Spooky, am I right, Kumasawa? Spooky. All of us are targets. We gotta find the gold. So now that begs the question. There was also some gold ingots in there in the chapel. There were some gold ingots, multiple. There were two, I think. There were two, with the 99.99 rating. So they were basically supreme prime gold. However, it does beg the question: where did ya boy Cross find the gold ingot in episode 1? Because he put it in that one room and he showed it off to Nazi, who then never mentioned it again. That was sus. As they read the witch's letter, Gora, Kumasawa and Nandra's faces grew even paler than they had been. Kumasawa could no longer hide her shaking.
死にたくなかったら、じい様の隠し黄金を見つけてみろか。ふざけやがって。てめえじゃ解けない謎だから、俺たちに解かせようって腹に決まってるぜ。
I bet you can't solve the riddle, so you're trying to make us solve it. Wait, if that's actually the
しかし
case,
実際のところはどうなんでしょう？
if that's actually what's going on, that'll be funny. But I don't think it is. Okay, I wonder what the truth is.
奥様は常々黄金伝説は親方様が作られた幻想に過ぎないと言い切られておりました。本当に実在するものなのかは怪しいところですよ。
So Gora is saying it is doubtful whether that actually existed, according to Madame as well.
そうですな。あったらいいなとは思いつつ半信半疑だったはずです。親族の皆さんが黄金伝説を信じ始めたのは金蔵さんが健康を崩して遺産問題が浮上してからです。それまでは信じている人はほとんどいなかったと思います。
So Nandra's saying that few people believed in the gold and legend of the gold before Kinzo's health worsened and the inheritance problem came up.
そうか、それでかな。覚えてるかい？礼拝堂のテーブルの上。
Correct. There were two gold ingots.
黄金のインゴットが
Three.
3つあったね。
My bad. See that? I'm glad George repeated it because I said two, but there were three. Alright, let's try to remember that there were three gold ingots if you can.
あれだけでも相当の価値があるよ。
That alone is worth quite a lot. Correct.
あれはまさに黄金伝説は実在することを証明してるんじゃないかな。
Couldn't that truly prove that the legend of the gold was real? Well, they were definitely put there. Think about it. Flip the chessboard. They were definitely put there to make us think that the legend of the gold is real and that we should try to solve it. Because if they weren't put there, that doesn't give us as much incentive to think, hey, the legend of the gold exists somewhere. But now we know that some gold at least exists, and there might be more out there if you solve the riddle. If you flip the chessboard, that's the answer I get.
お待ちください。
Please wait.
今、黄金が3つとおっしゃいましたか？
Yeah, 3 gold bars. Do you have something to say regarding that, Kumasawa? Question mark?
ああ、確かに3つが積み上げてあったぜ。
3 gold bars piled up.
それが何だってんだ？
So what?
私、 旦那様がお話になっているのを聞いたことがあるんです。
It all goes back to Cross, the mystery man Cross, who was the only one to find the gold ingots. And now the gossiper herself has heard Cross talking about it. Okay.
ええ、聞いただけでございますよ。
Continue.
別にこっそりお話に聞き耳を立てていたわけではございませんとも。ええ。
We get it. You spied on him and were trying to listen to his discussions in secret. We get it. Just tell us. We don't care that you're being creepy and stalking him. It's fine. Just let us know what you know about the 3 gold bars and about Cross. Alright? Cross barely gets screen time as it is. So if you get screen time for Cross by just hearing about him, that's good enough for me.
今は気にしないぜ。それで何だってんだ。あの金塊が3つじゃ何かまずいってのか？
Is there something wrong with there being 3 gold bars?
ええ。
Specifically 3.
旦那様がおっしゃるには、黄金伝説を裏付ける黄金は一つしか見つかっていないのだそうです。
Also known as the same single gold bar that he found during episode 1 that we saw. The timeline does appeal to that. Okay.
そうでしたな。確か金蔵さんがマルソーの会長さんに黄金の山を見せて、その一本を持ち帰らせたというような話だったはずです。
Oh. The president of Maruso, it's probably some company or something. Show them a mountain of gold and let him take 1 bar back with him to check if it's actual mountain of gold. I see. Let's do this. Just okay.
その一つをですね、旦那様はお持ちになられていたのです。
Oh, so Cross then eventually got the gold bar from this present of Maruso's possession. Cross eventually got that specific one. But there's still a mountain left, so I'm gonna guess that maybe one of the gold bars from the chapel could be the one that Cross found. However, the 2 other ones must have been gone from the mountain of gold that Kinzo originally had.
そしてこうもおっしゃっておりました。
He said this as well.
親方様の黄金伝説を裏付ける黄金はこれ一つしかないとも。
There was no gold which supported the Master's legend besides that one? Well, not that Cross has ever found.
旦那様ってクラウスおじさんの話だよな。
Yes, Cross, your uncle.
ってことはなんだ？じゃなくて3つ？
Yeah, 3.
おいおい、どこから出てきたんだよ。多すぎるぜ。
Where did they come from? That's too many of them.
こうは考えられませんか。他の親族の方もそれぞれ見つけておられて、それを一つずつ持ち寄られたとか。
Right. Rosa needs to find one too, so that there can be 4 then. But thinking of their discussion at the end of well, before they died, they weren't talking about finding any gold bars. I'll say that much. They were talking about the inheritance, but not about the gold bars. Maybe the other people in the family each found one and they each brought one of them here. That is a possibility, that Beato gave a gold bar to each family, and then that's why there were 3 at the end there. Interesting.
いや、私はそうは思いません。
Gotta say, he cannot believe that.
親族の皆さんがお屋敷に来られた時、私は皆さんのお荷物を預からせてもらっています。
When all the relatives came to the mansion, I was entrusted with their luggage, and you found no gold. It wasn't that heavy.
その時、不 不審な重さは感じませんでした。
You sure? How much does a single gold bar weigh? Are you sure that a single gold bar weighs so much that you'd be able to feel the difference? I mean, I know you've worked at this sort of service job for a long time, Gora, but are you sure?
あれは10キロくらいはあったと思う。
10 kilograms. Actually, that's a decent bit. Oh my god, really? 10 kilograms. They weigh that much? 10 kilograms. Wow. Yeah, but it makes sense. I would have guessed more like, I don't know, 4 kilograms. 10 kilograms. Damn, they're actually pretty chunky gold bars. Damn. I mean, it is gold though. Gold is pretty dense. Gold is pretty dense, and it's very pure gold. Then I'm wondering, how big is the gold bar though? How size? What is the volume? How long? How wide and long is it, and how tall is it? You know what I mean?
そんな重さが荷物に入っていたら僕だって気づくよ。
True, I would notice. Yeah. 10 kilograms. Yeah, I'd notice. I did not know they weighed that much. Yeah, that's true. Because when I took my bag with me, my bag weighed 22 kilograms. 20 something kilograms. You add 10 kilograms to that, I'd notice, hey yo, you've upped it by 1.5 by 1.5 times. I'd notice that much weight difference. And by the way, the 20 kilograms after I put everything I needed to take with me home. Excluding the things that I needed to take with home, that the bag originally, what I'm basically trying to say, the bag originally weighed more like 15 kilograms that I had, 16 kilograms. Then I put all the stuff that I needed to take with me, and that's when it amounted to 20 kilograms. But those stuff, I can't really explain it to you guys, but basically those stuff are additional stuff, and they upped the weight from 15, 16 kilograms to 20, 21 kilograms. Right? So 10 kilograms, you add 10 kilograms to that, everyone would notice.
でもそんな雰囲気はなかった。
But it didn't seem that way?
うちも同じだぜ。せいぜい着替えと常備薬、キリエさんの化粧道具。
Right, Kitty's makeup, right.
そんなもんだったと思う。ローザおばさんの荷物も軽そうに見えたぜ。
Auntie Rosa's luggage also looked pretty light. Well, there were 3 gold bars, not 4. So Rosa definitely didn't bring one, that's for sure. If that's what we're going with.
となると、その3つ積まれた金塊は彼らあるいは僕らに示されたものということになるね。
Or maybe us.
黄金伝説は間違いなく存在する。
But why specifically 3? Wouldn't have shown 2 be enough to prove it to us? Because if they showed 1, you can just be like, okay, fine, cross, it was the one that Cross found. But if you show 2, there you go, there's one additional one. If you show 3, I don't know why it showed that many, other than if it had something to do with the families. Or maybe there's some other message I'm not seeing.
幻想なんかじゃない。
The Legend of the Gold is definitely weird that it isn't a fantasy.
それを暴いてみろと。
And challenging us to uncover it. Not just you guys, it feels like the visual novel is challenging me as well directly to uncover it.
それの隠し場所を示した碑文を私たちに解かせて横取りしようという魂胆でしょうか。
Possibly. Like someone else theorized earlier, yeah. Have us solve the epitaph. We'll find the hidden location because we're the family, we're the children of the family of Kinzo, so we'll have a better chance of finding the gold, and then they'll just snatch it away from us. Speaking of which, look at George's glasses. Have they always been bent like that on top of his nose? Wee. Alright, we'll just move on.
確かにそれが一番筋が通る。
At first glance, you mean?
しかし腑に落ちない点もいくつかあるぜ。
A few parts that don't make sense.
まず碑文を一番解けそうな人物である親たちが 真っ先に殺されてる。
They were killed first.
これはいきなり矛盾があるように思う。
That does create an immediate contradiction.
そしてここがもっと腑に落ちない。
Something else makes even less sense.
黄金伝説は実在するって言ってどうして黄金が積めるんだ。
But how could they prepare that gold?
まるで犯人はもう自分だけは黄金を見つけていて、お前らも見つけてみろって言ってるみたいに見えるじゃないか。
Yeah. The culprit already found the gold and he's trying to tell us to find it too.
犯人もクラウスおじさんのようにその3本を手に入れ黄金伝説を確信し、残りを僕らに探させようとしていると考えるのが一番しっくりくるね。
I think that was the most convincing.
チェス盤に駒がちっとも並ばねえ。犯人が何を企んでいて何をしたいのか何をさせたいのかがさっぱりだ。無駄なのか。何を考えても今の時点では。
Thinking about anything at this point in time. I'm just waiting for Maria to chime in here at some point and go, you idiot! I can't wait. Well, I can't wait for it to happen. I'm not gonna lie, Maria. I'm good for now, but she's probably gonna pop up here at some point. Ah. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. I out of every time I could have started mentioning Maria, I mentioned it just before she actually appeared. Holy crap. Guys, just call me the predictor. I mean, I knew it was kind of obvious that she was gonna come in at some point and say something, but the fact that I called it just before it actually happened, come on, guys. Come on. I'll give myself that. I'll give myself credit for that. Let's go. I'm awesome. Written down. Look at the letter, idiots.
みんなは文字読めないのかな
Can't, and if you read, I can read English and Japanese. You can't even read Japanese. Come on, y'all. Maria suddenly laughed in a creepy voice. I thought she'd been concentrating on the TV, but she'd been listening in too, apparently. As she remained facing the TV, she very simply told us what we were forgetting.
ベアトリーチェは黄金が欲しいなんて一言も言ってないよ。ベアトリーチェは碑文の謎をみんなが解けるか解けないか、それしか聞いてないんだよ。
She's not asked anything except whether you can solve the epitaph's riddle or not.
どうせ無理だろうって思ってるに違いないけどね。
But she thinks it'll be possible for you anyway. Alright, Beato. When she thinks that, it don't only feel like she thinks it's impossible for the characters in the visual novel. It feels like she thinks that of me too. Like me actually reading the story can't solve it. She's probably right. I don't think I'll be able to solve it. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Alright.
マリアにはそれが解けるってのか。
But can you solve it, Maria? Ooh.
知らない。
Don't care. I'm invited anyway to the Gomeland, so why would I need to?
だってマリアは黄金鏡へ連れてってもらうんだもん。
Predictable answer. Alright.
ベアトリーチェの邪魔なんかしないよ。あ、痛い。
Battler, just like back in the chapel, he's hitting her here too.
どうやらこれ以上を知るにはマリアに話を聞くほかないようだな。マリア、聞かせてもらうぜ。ベアトリーチェってのは何者だ。何を企んでるんだ。
Who is Beatrice? What is she planning? Don't laugh like that. Another ouch.
ベアトリーチェはね、魔女なの。不思議な力で何でもできる。
She can do anything with her wondrous powers.
魔法の力で何でもできる。黄金も生み出せるし、パンも生み出せる。もちろんお菓子だって生み出せるよ。見たでしょ？
Yeah, we saw it, Maria. Huh? George? At that time, everyone jumped at the sound of a door being closed forcefully. Right. Has Rosa arrived with a shotgun after noticing that Jessica's dead or something? Oh, okay. No, it's just these three returned together. Okay. We turned around to find that at some point Rosa had returned, bringing Genji and Shannon. We end it there? I think we do. Yeah, we've gone on for a while now. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. I don't like finishing it at that point where there's no music playing, but I'm sure music will start playing immediately at the start of next part. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one anyway. I spent a long time here talking about what you guys have told me last part. Now, well, the comments I got last part and stuff like that. Now, I actually really like receiving the feedback from you guys from your comments after I upload videos. I actually really like doing that before recording new ones. So keep them coming, as in keep getting comments. Keep giving me comments. I appreciate it. It does help me I understand the point of the vision novel better for sure. So yeah, go ahead. No spoilers, obviously. I don't think I have to. I don't think I have to say that. But yeah. I am basically leaving. I'm basically leaving all my trust to you guys because it would be so easy for someone who's already read the visual novel to spoil me right now. But I'm doing it. I'm gonna I'm I'm gonna I'm just I know it's that in itself could be considered risky, but you know what? Um, I'm gonna leave my faith in all of the Minako fans out there to be great people. And so far, I've only had fantastic interactions with Umineko fans. I guess who've already read the series. Maybe some of them haven't. Some of the comments haven't. I don't know, but I've gotten the impression that a lot of people have already read the series, and only fantastic interactions. Honestly, everyone's been really nice, really chill. And reading the comments always leaves us a smile on my face. So absolutely, keep them coming. And yeah, um, I'm gonna end this here. We're gonna continue next part and see what Shannon, Genji, and Rosa have to say, and see what they've concluded with Kinzo as well, right? Kinzo wrote a will. So what's going on with Kinzo's will? And of course, they're probably soon going to find out what's happening to Jessica and Canon, but I think this comes first. But yeah, I'll meet you guys next time. I can't guarantee that I will read the comments and record a new video after every time I read the comments first. So I can't. What I'm basically trying to say is I can't guarantee you guys that when I record next videos in next part, I'll already have read the comments that you guys post for this part. But I definitely won't pre-record more than like three videos actually, not more than three. So no worries about that. I'll usually read. For example, now this video that I'm recording now is going to be uploaded today, literally today. So yeah, that might not be the case for every Mineko video, but you guys, when you guys comment under these videos, as in if you comment under these videos when they're being recorded, more than likely, I'm not more than one video ahead. So you'll probably hear if the comment needs to be mentioned in a video, or it should be mentioned, or at least if I have the impression that it should be mentioned, or I want to talk about something or something. The comment will usually be mentioned very shortly after you leave it in the comments. So if you leave a comment on this video right now, I'll probably mention it. If not next part, probably part after that or something, right? So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end it now. I'll see you guys next time. Hope y'all enjoyed, and yeah, peace.